So nice to see everyone and be together again. It's always so beautiful. So we've been following the course lessons, and today we're in the middle of this review that's all about what you are. That's all about God is but love, and therefore so am I. To continually remind yourself of this truth whenever there is any sort of doubt in the mind or any self-concept. That's what this review is about. So we will just read the lesson for today and really go within and allow those ideas to be with us as we look at the mind, we look at our beliefs as to how to release all the unhelpful beliefs, all the doubts in the mind.
God is but love, and therefore so am I. There is no death. The Son of God is free. God is but love, and therefore so am I.
So the idea, there is no death, is one of the reviews today. And this idea may sound strange because we know that bodies seem to die, but death is a belief, is an idea in the mind. It's a doubt thought. It's the only doubt thought. It's the belief in death. It offers you depression, self-doubt, fear, loneliness. All of that is what death is. And ultimately, yes, the death of the body is included in it, in this dream of death. Today we take in the truth that there is no death. There is no death. It was only a dream of pain and suffering in the mind.
Now are we one with Him who is our source. God is but love, and therefore so am I.
So now are we one with Him who is our source. Goes very well with there is no death. Because if there is no death, we are one with our source. So as we meditate now, we will allow those truths to become an experience. Do you have any guidance for everybody to go within with this? Allow this time.
We can just let ourselves remember that this moment is all that is. Thoughts of the past wash away. The belief in the future is melted and undone. And so we are here now. Resting in a place beyond effort. Resting in the eternal now.
Or if we encounter any more doubts in the mind, we gently release them. That's how simple it is. It takes a moment to change your mind. And we're invited onto this God ride. It's a God ride. It came to me as I was doing this lesson. That God is but love, and therefore so am I. It's this very logical conclusion. And it's an invitation to be on the God ride, because anything else is not true. And we're here to not get lost, here to get out of that pattern of getting lost, of getting distracted. We're here to release doubts and attack thoughts, not to keep them. And to enjoy the God ride, we need to release the faith in the body, the reliance on the body as a source of strength. The body isn't a source of strength or a place where any good decision can be made. The body is just neutral as a tool or a vehicle, a hammer or a car. It's just neutral. The truth is, we are only mind, and we can rely on that mind, the powerful, all-encompassing Christ mind. That's where we need to go for strength and guidance, sustenance. and peace. That Christ mind, this Christ mind. I've spent most of my time on the spiritual journey to release unhelpful patterns. And I found this very, very, very useful. To acknowledge and then release unhelpful patterns, unhelpful beliefs, unhelpful conditioning, unhelpful ways of thinking and behaving based in the beliefs. And the most important phase of that is to see it, to become aware of the patterns. To stop projecting and start taking responsibility for the mind and start looking at the mind. The ego will tell us that that is hopeless and meaningless and it doesn't work, but actually it does work. It's the only thing that works, and it's the only place of change is inside our own mind. It's very good. We have very, very powerful mind that we are one with, that we are not just connected to or linked to, we are one with this powerful Christ mind. We're not one with, we are it. Not as persons at all, but as it. We could thank ourselves for being so willing to release the belief in death, to release any doubt, any attack thought, any form of fear. And we may need to release it in the form of people. And maybe people come into your mind that you need to give over to the light so that you can know who they are, whether they stay with you or not. Just release them to the light. Yeah, and if there is still stuff, then there's just a little bit of unwillingness, I would say. If there is still stuff going on, complaints in the mind, and that's just unwillingness to do this inner shift. And yeah, so then offer the willingness. Yeah. I want to say something.
Right as you mentioned unwillingness, there's a loud motorcycle right down the road.
The unwillingness makes a lot of noise. It can feel disturbing. But it's only against ourselves. It's only ourselves we punish. We may have attack thoughts against others, but they're not really affected. It's actually just our own mind. We get disconnected when we have attack thoughts. So we want to stay in this God space, in this God ride. The trickling of the water is much nicer. Peace of the living waters. Yeah, the way this concept of a God ride came to me was just seeing all the reasoning of the Course, the natural conclusion of the ideas. If God is but love, therefore so am I. All the ideas in the Course are like that. Like they give no room for the ego to say God is but love, but I am something else. Like it doesn't work. So the Course takes us on the God ride because we are relearning the truth, the non-dual experience, the right-minded thought system. it leaves no room for wrong-mindedness eventually. But even in the practice, you can become so right-minded that you don't experience many troubles. I kind of enjoy the God ride and invite you to come along. So we can open up for expressions if there is anything that wants to be explored here. You can just wave your hand or your electronic hand if you'd like to share. Just bring up something for healing or ask a question. And if it's too soon, we can still just stay in the experience. I don't see any hands. Just keep watching our minds. Sometimes just lines from the Course come to my mind, and one that came just now is abandon not faith now, nor your brother. Abandon not faith now, nor your brother. Very helpful line if you have a tendency to cut yourself off, distance yourself, separating. And remember, abandon not faith and abandon not your brother. Because this thing of bodies separating it's a tool of the ego. It's an ugly tool of the ego. Creation of a gap between you and others. Making of a gap. The ego loves finding reasons to be separate. But it's not very useful to you.
In London on the tube in their subway, they was saying mind the gap. Watch out for the space between the train and the platform. We don't want to step in it. You want to be mindful of the tendency to believe in the gap.
Yeah, because it could literally be suicide.
Mm.
It is suicide. It's like killing the experience of your true self. You can never really kill it, but in experience, you can lose it by choosing the gap, the separation, the temporary loss that is devastating in experience. So we're here to heal the gaps that we actually know that there is no gap. There's never been a gap. And Jesus explains to us in the Course that we like having a little gap, a little time. We believe there is time. It takes time even with forgiveness. And if you would keep a little space between you and your brother, then you want a little time in which forgiveness is withheld, a little while. There is anger in that way. If you keep a little space between you and your brother, because you want a little time in which forgiveness is withheld. There is a self-concept there. Control and anger. If you don't keep any gap or any space between you and your brother, you and your sister, there is forgiveness automatically. You're not withholding the forgiveness. And this is what you do want, because if you do the other way and keep, withhold forgiveness, this time will feel dangerous, with terror justified, Jesus says. Terror is unjustified. This word justified is very helpful, useful. Jesus uses it a lot. Like, he actually says anger is never justified. Guilt is never justified. Of course, terror is never justified, but it will seem justified. It will seem, like it's there, and it doesn't make sense to want terror, to want fear. So we don't want to withhold forgiveness or hold off on joining, even joining in mind with the ones that come to mind. If we hold off based on control, this is where fear will creep in. So this is a very, very nice practice, because you can do it anytime and anywhere. So We don't want to mind an unreal gap. We want to be vigilant against ego thinking. And open to God. And hop on the God ride. Yeah. Oh, this is another excellent line after this. The plans you make for safety are all laid within the future, where you cannot plan. Wow, what a trick. To put safety in the future where you cannot plan. That's dangerous. Let's put safety in the present. In the spirit. Not in form, not in future. Safety in the present. So yeah, the section I've opened to here is the immediacy of salvation. It's an amazing chapter in the course section. And he's describing it. The space between you and your brother is apparent only in the present now and cannot be perceived in future time. So if you feel space between you and the brother, you can only perceive it now, basically. But no more can it be overlooked except within the present. That is where the power lies. Any thought of the future makes it impossible to fix. You can only fix it now, you can overlook it now. And this line is a power line too. Future loss is not your fear, but present joining is your dread. Future loss is not your fear, but present joining is your dread. Who can feel desolation except now? And therefore must it be that if you fear, there is a present cause. And it is this that needs correction, not a future state. It is a present fear that needs correction. That's hopeful. And could be scary, but let's do it. The plans you make for safety are all laid within the future, where you cannot plan. No purpose has been given it as yet, and what will happen has as yet no cause. Who can predict effects without a cause? Because we will be wrong. We will be wrong in what we predict. It will just come from fear. And who could fear effects unless he thought they had been caused and judged disastrous now? So the judgment is now for a future dread and future fear. Belief in sin arouses fear, and like its cause is looking forward, looking back, but overlooking what is here and now. That's what a belief in sin does. That's what guilt does. It just overlooks, it just skips over this precious present opportunity. Do you see how the mind is like it can do that? It can go into this kind of spin about the future and the past, completely missing this golden opportunity of present joining. Regardless of circumstance, that opportunity is there, is here. Yet only here and now its cause must be, if its effects already have been judged as fearful. And in overlooking this, is it protected and kept separate from healing? For a miracle is now. It stands already here, in present grace, within the only interval of time that sin and fear have overlooked, but which is all there is to time. This is a true meaning of time. This present grace. The ego made time for its purpose. But this is the real meaning of time. When this dawned on me years ago, I was a little shocked because I thought like all time has been used by the ego. When I looked back, and I was shocked also at how daunting it seemed to start to practice being present and to catch all the ego's fearful thoughts and conclusions and use this neti, not this and not that, like not to constantly catch the ego's thoughts and say no to it. I don't want it, like a weeding out process. And it is a lot in the beginning. It can feel daunting. And it takes effort, actually, it takes effort because we've been used to sleep, the ego's sleep, which is very lazy and very much a victim to the world. And so it takes real effort in the beginning, but you're worthy of it. And that's another line in the course. You believe you're not worthy of effort. You believe you're not worthy of consistent effort, even, he says. But you are, and I like the way he puts it, like worthy of, like being worthy of effort. Because effort is normally like something heavy. We don't like the word effort. But he's saying you're worthy of effort. And so to realize, okay, it takes effort and I want to give some effort to the mind training to change my thinking because I want to be happy. That's another like God conclusion or logical conclusion on the God ride. Like you do it because you want to be happy and be at peace. So you realize it's worth it. He even puts that in some of the lessons. Isn't it worth 5 minutes of your day or 15 minutes of your day? And he says, you will see that it's not enough. You're going to want more time spent with God. And
just everything that you've read or said, I completely relate to, that's what's going on inside of me just now, all of it. And it's, I can see, like that stepping over the gap. But I just feel like I don't know. Yeah.
Do you dare to hold hands? Right.
That future past, and thinking that, yeah, if I have this in the future, then I'll be safe. All of it's like, and I just want to lay it all on the altar and just keep doing that until I really can feel that none of it's true. It's like intellectually I know, but there's something in me that's still fighting. I had an image of Solveig's cat, when she talked about, or Peter talked about it clinging to the curtains. It's like, there's me and that cat clinging to the curtains for no good reason. So yeah, I can't believe how mad I am, to be honest. It's like, it just doesn't make any sense to cling and stay there. Like, somehow there must be a way to find safety here.
Mm.
If I've set up the future okay, then I can be okay now.
Mm.
So yeah. Just that holding hands with you all, in the truth. Because I can almost taste the freedom in it. It's just so expansive. And here I am sitting in this tiny, tiny little space inside, all contracted and like this. I know, I just want to feel like this.
Yeah. Cats have a way. I like their way of, they can just pull their claws in. The claws just kind of disappear inside their skin.
Pause, yeah.
Yeah, and then they have a way of just landing on their feet, never really falling on their back or anything. They just, and it's so intuitive, it's so effortless, when they let go of that fear, clawing on the curtain, like they realize they can just land, they pull the claws in and all is well, Yeah. I remember that, that ego character in the Thaw,
yeah, Drat.
Yeah, Drat. He makes this song up. The only thing you have to fear is fear itself.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty wise coming from him. Yeah, so maybe it's not going to be long now until you crawl out of that little hole.
you.
Thank you. Have a great day today. There, even there. Mm.
Just keep hearing this, like, you know, here and like kind of call gently to a cat. Here, come out. It's safe.
Thank you. I may have to get going soon. I'm just listening out for when I start. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Jonas.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I miss you guys. And yeah, you know, it's just so good to be here and to feel that strong love again. And even though you can be present when you meditate or try to even pray when I play the guitar and invite spirit, but there is just such a strong feeling here. And yeah, you know, I have some fears about losing my money if I go to the community, and fear that there is served meals always there. So I feel like I eat a lot when I'm there. But but yeah, you know, we might be going there at some point, and inside there is part of me that is really looking forward to that. So yeah, I think I just wanted to say that.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to have you here.
Yeah. There's only one served meal a day. So you can fast all the other times if you want. Anyway. Yeah, it's very good to connect with you and to feel, I mean, you're really part of us, part of this community. And yeah, I think it's just only a matter of time. And releasing those fears, of course.
We only heard releasing your fears. It was like it was frozen. Can you say it again?
Oh, okay. Oh, that's probably all you needed.
Okay. Affirmative. I'll do that.
Oh, thank you. Karin.
I would just say thank you so much for this joining. It's exactly what I'm in. And I had the prompt when Sola wrote me, there's a gathering and wow, because I'm watching my fear when I'm connecting people and I feel this gap. You have just explained what I'm just watching in my mind these days. So thank you so much for this talk about that.
Oh.
I'm really grateful. Yeah, I feel grateful and I feel connected. Yeah, that's even if there's a long distance, but yeah, it's doesn't matter. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to see you again as buddies, but we can talk about it.
You know, it's only a few days left in June. I know you were saying I'll come in June.
Yeah, and that's because a lot of things are happening, but yeah.
Yeah. We can
and
have.
We're going to Ireland soon, and yeah, well.
Yeah. But yeah, let's
talk. Nothing, is it? Yeah.
Okay, now we talk across here.
Time doesn't exist and June doesn't exist, so I think yeah, I will talk with you someday. Yeah. But I feel fear about that, but that's a journey, you know. Yeah. But I know I'm coming. Yeah. That's for sure. Yeah.
Do you see the playfulness of the symbols? Like you have this urn this picture of urns behind you. I have this urn behind, in between.
Yeah, I have made it many years ago. It's vases that I draw, and then I had very fun when I made that picture. So yeah, I've noticed your vase behind you. Yeah.
We're very connected.
Yeah, little
Yeah.
symbol. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So, but is it possible to stay at your place, or we can take that? We can talk about that later.
Think about that, but it's definitely possible.
Okay, thank
There
you.
are beds and bedrooms, yeah, and food, like Jonas said, and yeah, even a pool.
Wow.
This is, yeah,
I guess it's very hot down with where you are.
not at the moment,
Okay.
but there are times. It's been hot.
Yeah, some days.
Yeah. Well, there are something I have to do here in July, but I think late in August, maybe in August, yeah. But we see, yeah.
Yeah, just send us a message if you want to talk about it.
Yeah, I think I want to talk about it soon, yeah. But yeah, let's talk someday, yeah. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Love you, Karin.
Same to you.
Solveig?
Yeah. I think I would like to express or put on the altar this thing about the gap. I read a lot about it yesterday too, and it's been really up for me, this gap. And I do realize that I want the gap. I actually think it's safe for me to have this gap. And yeah, this beliefs about if there's this gap, I'm going to be swallowed and misused, abused, everything just comes up. And it is terrifying. And I love the thing that you mentioned at one point, that if it is terrifying and there's a lot of resistance, then just offer a willingness. So I guess that's just where I will stay for a while. just stay there, not try and jump. Yeah.
Yeah, because it is only the thoughts that cause you pain. It's only before you allow the joining that you're fearful.
Yes. So in a way, in a weird way, I'm actually excited for going this way, and
Weird.
feel at the same time. But yeah, it is about staying right here and just taking steps.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. No, they don't have to be big at all. It's the moment by moment. You know, it's even just a tweak in the mind or a shift in the mind.
Mm.
Not really even a step.
Yeah.
Just to change our mind into trust. Trust rather than doubt. Because doubt is not a reliable guide.
Nope. Yeah. So thank you. All the things today have been really helpful. Thank you.
Love you.
Yeah. Love you all so much. I'd like to share. Thank you. I received a lot the last few days while I was with you. I could, as you were reading that text, I did feel a lot of terror, and felt very helpful to see that that part of me that wants to put it off to later. But then I have the other part that says, oh, I should stand up and be a man and take this on. So it's a bit of a journey sometimes.
See the ego in both. In
Yeah.
neither of those.
Yeah.
Not be a man,
Okay.
not postpone, but be present spirit. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel calmer now. I mean, it's helped other people sharing. Helped a lot. In fact, I'm really grateful for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and part of me thought I had to go into something and look at something, and what I saw while I was there was sort of my place of the gap, I suppose. Or I think that's what it is. But you know, this righteousness, being right, but once I had to feel and still have to feel the feelings underneath that if I withdraw that righteousness, or at least consider it's not true, whatever it is I'm thinking.
You saw it was a defense. You saw
I saw it,
just,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I could see why
Mm.
I was so invested in being right,
Mm-hmm.
because of some of the feelings that came up,
Mm.
or still coming up.
Mm.
But it was great to have the opportunity to express them, explore them with you, and then to see the others there going through similar, and that self-hatred that is there, that almost, to expose that is, and to believe it really, is to then believe everybody else will hate me and abandon me and all the rest.
Yeah.
And to see that not happen was really, really helpful.
Yeah. Yeah. Grace has had some of those experiences, almost like expecting rejection, expecting or concluding that this is not going to lead to joining if I allow all my emotions to be expressed. So she was almost like, she was telling me, you should reject me now. You should tell me to go to my room.
Yeah.
So it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good. And it is it's, very similar things you're healing. So it's, and you and Solveig now, you're both in a vulnerable state of letting go of that, what we called the, righteousness, So you're both allowing the underbelly, the soft underbelly that being vulnerable, so yeah, so it's a healing time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to see you there today, Olivier. How are you doing?
Hello, good to see you too, everyone. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I'm staying at a friend in Granada, and well, the place I was before, it seems to belong in the past now, and I'm glad to take new steps forward.
You're close to us and close to Vanessa and Jonas.
True.
I did see you guys on the picture together.
And I will soon go to Portugal for a last step in that treatment of opiates, or to quit opiates. And well, after that, it would be good to come meet you.
Okay.
If that's fine with you.
That would be awesome.
Mhm.
That would be beautiful. Yeah. Let's have a call about it, about the timing and everything.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. You could maybe send us if you have WhatsApp, you could send us your number.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Great. Sweet. So blessings on your next phase then, the last step.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. We love you.
Love you too.
Mm. Mm. Mhm. Beautiful. Well, I look forward to everything.
Me too.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there anything else you wanted to explore, Oliver?
Well, I don't have much that comes to mind, besides the fact that I feel a lot happier than the past few months. And while I can see the path lighting up step by step.
Mm.
Well, there are still some rough times, but a lot less than before. So I'm happy.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I just keep feeling this feeling of holding your hand or holding your hand.
Where in I don't understand.
I don't know, it's just a metaphor for being with you. Like
Okay.
holding, yeah.
She's very loving. It's hand. Yeah. Maybe you can remember that in the rough times.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll talk soon.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll all be together here. Maybe August, everyone on the screen will be on here on site or something.
That's what they call an August rush.
With the symphony. They all play in one symphony. It's the symbol of that movie. That's lovely. Yeah. Sweet. Okay. Well, I think maybe we wrap up the meeting with that. And just reach out to us if anybody wants to have a call, or we're here. We're available. Was there more there with Javier before we end the call? Gareth? No, that. Yeah.
No, I think I'm good. Yeah, it made me laugh because when you were talking about the pictures, like I'm doing my chosen book and it's all about being an empty vessel today. Those that are cleansed will be useful to God. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not even a button.
That's very empty.
Yeah, I've just been noticing like there's 3 people in front of me and they all seem to want to do different things. And I can get quite frozen in that, like, oh, what do I even want to do? So yeah, just watching it and trying to just slow everything down.
What a good solution, or what a good way of dealing with that. Watch it and slow things down.
Yeah, feels good.
No, because you kind of answered it. It was just the thought that we're coming to the end of staying in this apartment and could probably feel the fears about moving to this next place. But then just what was shared in the meeting, it's kind of eased. Yeah, it's probably the same feeling of wanting to please or make sure we're all okay in this new place, and it's. But yeah, just to allow it to come, and just to allow it.
Yeah. Allow the change to be smooth.
Yeah. It's just probably getting out of this settled place because we had such moving the last time, and then we kind of settled. This is probably the longest we've settled anywhere. So I do feel there's fear about moving again, and that's only for 2 weeks, and then we're going to move again, and then we're going to move again. So there's just that fear of the moves. But I think they've eased in this meeting for me. Yeah, there's probably no way it can't go wrong.
Yeah, remember that the fear of change is, it's fearful because it reminds you of the core of the initial change, the fall from grace, the belief in separation. That's why any change is fearful.
Yeah, I can see how I want to cling to making sure everybody else is all right in the changes. And that feels fearful.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe take a moment, go within and make sure you're okay.
Yeah, that's been coming up a lot. Trying to make sure everybody else is okay. Yeah.
Maybe even more than it just being a smooth move, like even be open to the idea it could be a joyful move.
Yeah, I think it is going to be at the start of the meeting. It had them fears, and then as the meeting went on and people shared, it's just it can be just smooth and.
Yeah.
Yeah, and enjoyable, rather than that I've got these spots of it's going to be chaos, and it could just be smooth. It could just be smooth.
Yeah, smooth, or even joyous.
It's all of like the chaos.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it can be fun. I mean, it is fun to move about, change, move to a new place. The curiosity there.
Yeah, we've already started packing like that. Yeah, I just want to do it differently. Collaborate on each stage as well. Not every time we moved before, it was like just a mad rush on the last day where everyone was responsible for their own stuff. And yeah, even I noticed because I was going to come and bring the art box to your place. And then I saw Kamares and I thought, no, I'm going home with my art box. I'm not. But I packed that box. It was like five different containers, and I just did it really mindfully, like fit it all in one. Yeah, I just want it to be like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's beautiful. The organizing process can be very healing and meditative.
Mm. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. God is but love, and therefore so am I. Did you want to share Grace? No? You guys can't see Grace, but she's right here. Okay.
Yeah.
That's lovely. We
That's
said
very
this
lovely.
morning we said, let's have a different experience.
In depth and joy.
Yeah, in depth and joy. I think it really was. Beautiful. Okay, see you soon, guys.
Yeah. I love you guys.
See you, everyone. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Mm.